Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A first down throw for Bradford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to drop him for a loss of 4. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. To throw, Bradford. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. And the pressure gets to Bradford, and down he goes. Jordan Hicks in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Former 2nd-round pick. This is Joe Mixon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 46. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. On play action, they'll throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Wentz going to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They run it again with Cook. And some space here. Got some room at the 30. He's at the 50. 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 59 yards on the ground. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Cook. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
On 3rd down, Bradford. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Powering his way forward. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 17 carries, 78 yards. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Again, it's Mixon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. The Vikings now heading on to the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none.
And look out. I think he's going to go. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Returning it, John Ross. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up? Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Now wins. That's complete to John Ross. He's at the 30. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
they're focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out come the Eagles. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Nixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. So they can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Second quarter here, he has only one catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. To throw is Bradford. Left side caught by Diggs. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A minute 57 to go in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Cook getting the handoff from Bradford. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19.
Again, it's Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Ross on the return. Able to slither by. And he is level. Knocked down hard near the 42. First down, Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. On play action, Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The punter lockout there now as he sends it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Sam Bradford now along with the Vikings heading back out there. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings are up right.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the 2nd quarter in Detroit. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast. Of how that one shakes out. Now a play fake. Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And
Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Play action. Now Wentz. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Bradford finding Rudolph there for a Viking first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Off the play fake to Cook. Here's Bradford. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Fletcher Cox coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down following the run. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Wentz to throw on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On play action, it's Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Into the red zone. Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootlegging. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. The play clock's running down. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing, Bradford. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Some pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jordan Hicks in there to drop him. And his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Wentz now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Again, this is Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now Bradford on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smoked him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. Able to push his way through. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Anthony Barr. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They run. Cook. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. And the Lions adding more points to their total, extending that lead. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie it.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. He's back to throw. Complete to Zach Ertz. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
And the final play here will be Bradford going down to a knee. Well, Charles, the old saying,